So you want to learn Adobe Illustrator, but opening it for the first time feels a little overwhelming. Don't worry, you're in the right place. In the next 10 minutes, I'll walk you through everything you need to know to get started with Illustrator. First, what exactly is Adobe Illustrator? Despite the name, Illustrator isn't mainly used for drawing illustrations. But what are vectors? A vector image is made using mathematical paths instead of pixels. The biggest advantage? You can scale it to any size without losing quality. Unlike photos, which are bitmap images made of pixels and have fixed resolutions, vector graphics always stay sharp. And yes, you can still use regular images inside Illustrator. When you open Illustrator, you'll land on the home screen. Here you'll see recently opened files and several document presets. The most important option is the New File button. Click it, and you'll be able to choose your document settings, including size, measurement units, number of artboards, and color mode. Here's a quick tip. Use RGB for digital projects like social media posts and web graphics. Use CMYK for designs that will be printed. Once you click Create, you'll enter Illustrator's workspace. Welcome to the Illustrator workspace. At first glance, the interface may look crowded, but once you understand what each section does, it becomes much easier to navigate. At the top of the screen, you'll find the menus. This is where many of Illustrator's features live. Even experienced designers often use these menus to locate specific commands. Directly below is the control bar. This section changes depending on what you're doing. Select text and you'll see text settings. Select a shape and you'll see shape-related options. It's designed to provide quick access to the tools you need in that moment. Below that are the document tabs. If you have multiple projects open, you can switch between them here. Along the left side of the screen is the toolbar. This contains Illustrator's most important tools. If you hover over a tool, Illustrator displays its name and keyboard shortcut. You'll notice that some tools have a small arrow in the corner. Click and hold these icons to reveal additional tools hidden underneath. On the right side are the panels. Panels give you greater control over your artwork. You'll use them to adjust colors, align objects, transform shapes, organize layers, and much more. If a panel isn't visible, you can open it from the Window menu. Finally, right in the center is the artboard. This is your canvas, the space where you'll actually build your designs. Now that you know your way around the workspace, let's create something. One of the easiest ways to start designing is by using shapes. Select the rectangle tool by click on square icon on toolbar or pressing M on your keyboard. Click and drag on the artboard to draw a rectangle. If you hold Shift while dragging, Illustrator constrains the proportions and creates a perfect square. If you simply click once on the artboard instead of dragging, Illustrator lets you enter exact dimensions manually. The same idea applies to other shape tools. Click and hold the rectangle tool to reveal options such as the ellipse tool, polygon tool, star tool, and more. Try selecting the ellipse tool. Again, holding Shift creates a perfect circle. Once you have objects on your artboard, you'll need a way to control them. That's where the selection tool comes in. Find this in Toolbar or press V to activate it. This is probably the tool you'll use more than any other. The selection tool allows you to select entire objects, move them around, resize them, and rotate them. Drag the handles around its bounding box to scale it. Move your cursor near a corner until the rotation icon appears, then click and drag to rotate. Here's a useful shortcut. Hold Alt on Windows or Option on Mac while dragging an object to instantly create a duplicate. But Illustrator also offers another selection tool. Direct Selection tool in Toolbar here or press A to activate it. Unlike the regular selection tool, this one lets you edit specific parts of an object. To understand why that's useful, we need to talk about anchor points. Every vector shape is built from anchors connected by paths. Straight paths create sharp edges. Curved paths use handles that control the direction and smoothness of the curve. Draw a circle and switch to the Direct Selection tool. Click one of its anchor points and move it. Notice how only part of the shape changes instead of the entire object. You can also adjust the handles to create custom curves. Of course, shapes alone won't always be enough. Eventually, you'll want to create custom illustrations and more detailed artwork. That's where the pen tool becomes essential. Find pen in toolbar or press P to activate it. The pen tool allows you to place anchor points manually. Click once to create straight segments. Click in multiple locations to continue building a path. Click and drag while placing an anchor to create curves. Return to your starting point and click it again to close the shape. Many beginners avoid it because it seems difficult, but with practice it becomes one of the most powerful tools in Illustrator. Let's talk about navigation. When you're working on larger projects, you'll constantly zoom and move around your document. One of the easiest ways to pan across the artboard is by holding the spacebar and dragging with your mouse. To zoom in and out, hold Alt or Option while scrolling. You can also zoom with mouse wheel. Just go to Edit, Preference, and General and tick on Zoom with mouse wheel. Now let's explore a few panels you'll probably use every day. The one you'll definitely use the most is the Color panel. It's already opened by default. Of course, some panels do not display by default all their options. Click on the sandwich menu on the top right corner of the panel and click Show Options. Now that's better. The Color panel is used to change the color of the shapes you create, both the fill color and the outline color, which you can switch by clicking on these two icons right here. Then all you have to do is select the object and change the color as you like. Next is the Align panel. Open it from the Window menu if it isn't already visible. The Align panel helps you position objects accurately. Need two elements centered perfectly? Use Align. Want objects evenly distributed? Use Align. It's a simple feature that saves an incredible amount of time. Alongside it, you'll often find the Pathfinder panel. Pathfinder allows you to combine shapes in creative ways. You can merge objects into one shape, subtract one shape from another, keep only overlapping areas, or divide artwork into separate pieces. These functions are especially useful when creating logos and icons. Finally, let's look at the Properties panel. Like the control bar, it's context-sensitive. Its options change depending on what you've selected. It is different for shape and text. Instead of searching through menus, you'll often find exactly what you need right here. The more you use Illustrator, the more valuable this panel becomes. And that's it. You now understand the basic building blocks of Adobe Illustrator. You've learned what vector graphics are, how to navigate the interface, how to use shapes, select and transform objects, edit anchor points, create paths with the pen tool, move around the artboard, and take advantage of some of Illustrator's most useful panels. Will you remember everything immediately? Probably not, and that's perfectly normal. The key is practice. Open Illustrator, experiment with the tools, make mistakes, and keep exploring. Every designer started exactly where you are right now. The more time you spend creating, the more natural everything will become. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this tutorial helpful, consider leaving a like and subscribing for more Illustrator content. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below and I'll do my best to help. Until next time, happy designing, and I'll see you in the next video.